What is going on, guys? GregglesTV. I have two Google Pixel 2 XL cases from Ringke. One is the Fusion and this is the Bevel. They're both very inexpensive. You can get the Fusion for $10.99 on Amazon. You can get the Bevel for $7.99. They're both clear cases. So if you like clear cases, you're gonna love these. The Fusion one I have here is a little bit of a smoky color, a little bit of a black tint to it. I don't mind it at all. Steve, he still allows you to see the phone. And then the Bevel is completely clear with this kind of ridged kind of look to it. So if you like that, you're gonna love it. So and I can already tell you first off right off the bat, I like the Fusion better. Just, you know, why? Because I'm not a huge fan of these, you see I have my cell phone there on YouTube. I'm not a huge fan of this kind of thing right here. This one I like because it's completely clear. This just smooth, easy to hold. They're both easy to hold, but this is a little bit easier to hold, I think, for me. It's not super slippery. A lot of these cases, especially when you go for these clear cases, sometimes they're slippery. It's not so slippery. It's a little bit hard. You can bend it a little bit. At the bottom, your port for the USB Type-C is open, so you don't have to do any flaps or anything like that. The buttons, you're going to be pressing them through the case. They are part of the case, and I don't have any issues with them having to be the volume or the power keys. None at all. Fingerprint sensor is easier to catch up and use, and just overall, you know, I like the case. What's surprising is even though this case is really inexpensive, the lips on the side, the top, and the bottom are pretty good. I mean, they're not as big as the Tech 21 case I had, but you know what? That case kind of bugged me a little bit just because it was really difficult to take that case off. This one's not difficult to take off, easy to put on, easy to take off, and I just like it overall. It's super inexpensive, guys. $10.99 for a case that you love. This case is great. I'd be super confident about dropping this from a very, very tall drop, say 10 feet. I'd be a little bit scared. Even dropping this, you know, 3 or 4 feet on the pavement, face down, I'd be a little bit scared. Dropping it on its back, I'd feel pretty safe. I don't think it's gonna pop off, and I think it'll protect the back here. It's got a slight little lip for the camera. Not a huge lip. A lot of the cases I've checked so far with the Pixel don't have a big lip, but otherwise, it gives you protection and it should work pretty well. And before I forget, just to show you, it does bend a little, like I said. It's not completely hard. It's not completely bendable. Then next up is the Bezel Case. Bevel Case. The Bevel Case is very bendy. You can bend it almost completely. It's kind of like a rubbery jelly kind of, I'd say jelly feel. See-through, as you can see. Oh, almost put it on backwards. Putting it on, shouldn't have any issues, and I haven't had any issues. It feels good in your hand. I mean, it doesn't feel like you're gonna drop it for sure, just because these ridges feel like, you know, it's gonna stick to your hand. It doesn't feel like it's gonna get slippery at all. It's very thin. Both of these cases are very thin. This case is even thinner. It's $7.99, so it's very inexpensive. Reaching the fingerprint sensor on the back is a breeze. You guys should have no issues with that. Power button works great. Volume up and down, again, work great. Home button, obviously it's going to be fun. The bottom of this port, the USB Type-C is cut out, so you'll have access to that. The power buttons, volume buttons, all those keys right here are through the case, and like I showed you earlier, they are easy to press. They're going to keep it nice and clean. On the back here, you have a slight lip for the camera, so if it falls, hopefully it'll be protected. And then again, you just get that ridged kind of feel to it. It's gonna stick to your hand pretty good. And you can see the beauty of the phone just like you can on the other case. So if you have a white one, you're gonna see all the white, otherwise you can see the black. This part up here does distort the color of the phone just slightly to see exactly what's on the back. But overall, the front and the back for the lips, pretty good. Not amazing, but pretty good. Again, I wouldn't want to drop this from a tall drop, but like I said, out of these two cases, I would definitely go with the Fusion. It's just slightly more money, which isn't expensive, but it's see-through, it's easy to use, and you know what? It doesn't bother me whatsoever. I'm enjoying it. So if you want to pick up either one of these cases, guys, I'll link them in the description down below. If you have any questions or comments, leave those down below. They're not the most protective, but they're thin, and they're going to protect against scratches and very small drops for sure, guys. Thanks for watching. I will see you down the road. Peace.